Well, good evening, everyone. Anchorage seeing about a quarter of an inch of rain today, but it started to let up as we head into the evening hours. A little bit of a glow showing up on our time-lapse camera as the sun was making its way down. Here in Anchorage on the 10 o'clock hour, we have temperatures still into the 40s, but Campbell Creek as well as Ship Creek seeing temperatures into the 30s at 36 for Campbell Creek, 37 out at Ship Creek, and 40 right now in Eagle River. It has been windy in so many locations of the state through the Bering Strait, the Aleutians, and some of these gusts have still been extremely strong, past 60 miles per hour, 51-mile-per-hour wind gust into King Cove, 40 to 60-mile-per-hour winds out of southeast Alaska. It's all due to this area of low pressure, so a lot of impacts from one big storm system. And far as precipitation around Portage as well as Whittier, it was pouring still through the day. And it collected 3.3 inches around Portage, and that's just on the other side of the tunnel from Whittier. So heavy precipitation right in that portion of the state. 1+ inches in Yakutat, and they saw some pretty good amounts, even close to 3.5+ inches around Ketchikan. So southeast Alaska dealing with some heavy rain conditions as well. South Central, we've had some lightning strikes popping up as these vigorous showers move it toward Prince William Sound. We do report rain from Seward at 39 degrees, 49 above for Cordova, and 44 currently in the Kachemak Bay area out of Homer. For much of the rest of the state, we have clearing skies out of northwest Alaska, but snow showers in Bethel, hanging on in McGrath, and this part of the state is going to be seeing some windy as well as snowy conditions all the way up to the Arctic slope with advisories as well as warnings still in effect. Not for the Aleutians. Those wind warnings have expired, but the storm system will still bring windy conditions to western Alaska with a warning in place for the Bering Strait into the Seward Peninsula. They could see gusts 50, even 60 miles per hour. Some of that will translate and then pick up those snow that's falling and whip it around. So we have advisories into warnings as it traverses up to the Dalton Highway. They have seen some issues along the highway. So just monitor the conditions if you're one of those truckers that uses that transportation corridor. We'll continue to see most of the shower activity in coastal areas, but the storm is finally weakening. They'll still see a wave of precipitation, though, for panhandle locations, parts of Prince William Sound, the snow into the interior, but clearing skies out of the west, and that will translate into the south central region as we head into the week. As that comes our way, though, cooler temperatures along with that. Here's our look for Sunday. Still some wet weather extending from the Aleutians to south central to southeast Alaska, with snow showers popping up in Bethel along the Arctic slope as well. Highs will still make it to the low to mid 30s. Here's a look at the forecast in southeast Alaska, preparing for more of what is a stormy weekend for you. Highs into the 50s for most locations, and still looking at 1 to as much as 3+ inches of rain through Monday. Here's our south central forecast. Rain scattered, and we'll see some still windy conditions, 20-mile-per-hour winds at the most across the Kenai Peninsula, 30-mile-per-hour winds around Valdez. It says calm, but it's going to be a windy one still tonight into Whittier. And for the Matanuska-Susitna Valley, also high temperatures tomorrow, cloudy skies into the upper 40s to low 50s. Anchorage about 48, our 7-day forecast. I mentioned some cooler temperatures. We get past the weekend and Monday, then we get some sunshine, but those overnight lows creep down from the 30s to right below 30 degrees, and then 20s start to show up as well. But the sun will be out, even though we're seeing a diminishing daylight.